We're live! Hello all, welcome back to the Invictus stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the incomparable, the handsome, the gentle soul himself, Mr. Bob Lyle.
Woo!
We are also joined tonight by the hilarious, the man who gives it his all, the one who throws line after line after line in hopes that someone will cut something fun out of it, Mr. Alex Guthrie.
Oh, hi. Yes, definitely throwing.
And of
hoping.
course, we have the lovely, the talented Ms. GM herself, Ms. Joe Fallak. That's you. And tonight, we are back with the sixth straight week in a row for The Strange Beyond Chapter 6. I guess it should be this sound effect, actually. Yes, that's right. Why do I say the sixth straight week in a row? Because I'm obviously being facetious. We've had a myriad of issues and troubles to try to get this fucking thing off the ground. I think the first time we wanted to do 6, we were too tired, so we had to cancel the stream. The next time, we had terrible Discord issues. The next time, Alex totally forgot.
That's okay. We had a good game last weekend.
Yeah,
True.
Justin jumped in last minute. We ended up doing a one-shot, which worked out well. But now we're back. We are really excited to continue The Strange. It has been a much-needed and something that we've been looking forward to step into the world and roleplay. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful night.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Alex,
Harlan.
you are in your new digs. We like your background.
Yeah, thanks. And it's just going to get better over time.
Do you have the panda up there with you?
No, the panda had to stay where it was living at the zoo where we were staying. Sorry. Sorry, all you panda lovers. But
We had to slaughter it and make food out of it. But yeah, your place looks nice. I hope you decorate the background with some awesome Invictus.
Oh, it will be.
Show us that
I
Invictus
wasn't-
mouse pad actually again, because I want the community to see it. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, sure. This is the Victus
Look at
mouse
that.
pad.
Look at that.
Showing my support every single day.
That's the old logo too.
I
That's
know.
like the unshaded logo.
I should have put this on the other side, but I've got a map of the world above me.
In case you forget where you are.
Nice.
Exactly. I could say, I'm right there.
No, that's Russia. Wait,
Did you
that
guys
says
ever have
USSR.
a globe when you were
Funny
a kid
enough,
and like spin it?
It
And
does say Soviet Union. It's from 1981, this map.
What were you saying, Joe?
just like fucking around with a globe when you're a kid, like spinning it and then dropping your finger on a spot on the world and be like, when I grow up, I'm gonna live here.
Hells yeah, all the time.
And then, like,
we used to have
ended up in the ocean.
Yeah, it's a good chance. We used to have like a textured one where it
Yeah.
like showed the levels and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool.
I forgot about that,
I
actually.
always pierced myself on Mount Everest. That's a joke, but I'm really excited for a few things. I just want to mention them really quick. A shout out to our very good friends Dimension Door podcast tonight at 9, which unfortunately will be, conflicting is the word? I was gonna say compromising.
Yes.
Like, that's not the word. Conflicting with our stream time, so we won't be able to watch, but me can catch the tail end of it. They're doing a live listen of their podcast with some fans. You can go check them out.
Cool.
Nice.
I gotta say, the podcast community for what we're doing, I have had it's a real mixed bag. The people that I meet and have connected with, some of them I absolutely love. The Dimension Door podcast people are just really, really wonderful. Very kind. They've hung out here a lot. They're just great. Then there's a few podcasts that I'm not really a fan of, and the people
Their names are.
and their names are this. Here are the people. No, but
Yeah. Would you say they're like not good people?
No, they're not bad people. I just think it's very much a business to them. And all I mean to say is I want to promote and talk about the ones that we really do like and that are really awesome. So check out Dimension Door podcast. They're really sweet.
And if I could throw something in, congratulations on Die Shame approaching 11,000.
Yeah, thank you.
Ew.
That was a big one. I was really excited for. Yeah, we just surpassed. Yeah, we're probably going to be at 11,000 by the end of tonight or tomorrow at least.
How exciting is that?
10,000 unique downloads. It is. I'm very excited. I'm very proud of what we've done. Lots more episodes coming out. I'm really proud of the changes we've made for COVID that, in my opinion, haven't affected the quality of the episodes, which I think was my biggest concern. So I'm really excited about that. New episode obviously coming out tomorrow called. What's the title of the episode?
Wait.
Joe?
Something really good.
I'll tell you in a second.
It's called.
Doot, deet, doot, doot.
It's called
That's what it's
Doot Dee
called.
Doot Doot Dee.
It's called.
It's
I'll tell you in
called-
a second.
Like a moth to a flame.
Like a moth to a flame. Let that be a little... does anyone else realize that every title of Dice Shame is an idiom? How many people picked that up? 'Cause
That's our naming scheme.
it's the naming scheme. Also, I want to mention that Malevolent, obviously, Chapter 10 for Patreon supporters is out now. Check that out. It's a real spooky one. And if you're considering being a Patreon supporter, then just do it.
Alex,
Just
did I see you
do
pour
it!
a shot into a very tiny mason jar, or was that a true
Yes.
perspective?
No, it's a huge mason jar and a huger hand. This is
It's really cute. Jägermeister, though,
Jägermeister.
Woo!
I don't know
Wow.
how you do that.
Yeah.
So we should start right now then, because
Yeah,
by
we
the
gotta
time
Immediately.
20 minutes into this, Alex is going to be proper Charlemagne.
I do have to head to work tonight.
Yeah, so we'll fire into the game. I just wanted to mention the podcasts and all
That's
that
Thank you
kind
for
of
all
stuff.
your mentions.
I hope I'm not missing anything. I wrote down stuff to talk about at the beginning of the show last week, so let's see if any of it still pertains. Did I mention the present from Michael and Brianna for my birthday?
Yes,
I
you
think I
did.
Yeah, okay. Did I give our
How
love to
exciting.
Marvin? I think we did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did last week.
We didn't hear back. Did we hear back about the results of his testing? He hasn't been around for
he's-
a while. Marvin?
No, I saw him post. I think he's fine.
Okay, good.
And if he's not, then whatever. He won't know this.
You know what?
True.
It's a gamble. It's fine either way.
Sick, but true.
Nah, I'm just kidding. That's it. I think that's it.
But true.
Yeah, right. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
I don't want to waste time thinking of the things I'm going to forget because I know I forgot something. But I'll end the show with thank yous and stuff that I might have forgotten. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, The Strange Beyond, Chapter 6. Bring us in, Alex.
Boing a boing a boing a strange day zinga wonga do that hey face plunga plunga dunga wabba da do the strange. Welcome to the Invictus, and let's all be strange.
Miraz Brej Ak stood inside a cage as a prisoner of the pirate Captain Spaulding of the vessel known as the Osiris, wondering exactly what the stone-like bread in her pocket would taste like. As she thumbed the baguette absent-mindedly, Reza, Charlemagne, Charlie Rabbit, and their new friend Brandyjack discussed how to seize the ship from Captain Spaulding. Though the discussion did interest her, she was much more distracted by the odd smell of bitter dwell, the unmistakable odor of her favorite drink. As the scent wafted over into her general direction, she couldn't help but draw her eyes to the large bench sitting opposite the cage in which they occupied. Though out of her reach for the moment, the delicacy, much like our human cream cheese, was thick and soupy, something that Miraz very much enjoyed. It was all she could think about as Brandyjack finished explaining the plan. And so, with the navigation set and the fight on, when I open the landing bay, the World Eater will pick off most of the crew. Sound good?
Well, I'm not quite sure that's a great idea. Was to say that we don't fall out of the back as well.
I told you, this isn't space. I don't know where you come from, but there's no vacuum. The World Eater is there because it's going to attack whatever it sees. Like I said, we just got to make sure we're out of the way.
Yes,
All of the
chaos.
All of the pirates will be there, which is part of the plan. We need to find a way to make sure all of the pirates are there. Most of them will be there for the fight. But it might help to promote the show a little bit. And then this, and he pulls out the nav cube, and he hands it to you, Reza. This is the biggest part of the plan. This has to be slipped into the bridge under the navigation so that the ship reroutes to the World Eater. When the fight is on, we're going to need one person to cause a distraction so I can slip away with another person to help me open the doors. I would do it myself, but there's going to be something in the way, and I'm going to need someone's help. Everyone understand?
I believe I understand, but all I was going to say was that if we need a distraction, I have no weapon left. My sword is broken, and I will simply be the distraction. If that's okay with you, Reza, and you, Ak, and your Brandy Jack.
That's fine by me. I don't care who the distraction is.
I will distract. And one of you must go place the nav cube. No?
Yes, and one of you needs to come with me. That means either the rabbit-looking thing, and he kind of glares up at Brandy Jack, or this weird amorphous blob. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Miraz is leaning against the bars of this cage, and part of her face is kind of slowly just squooshing through the bars, and she reluctantly blurts her way back out from looking at this cream cheese type.
No, you can smell it coming from this bench. Like, you know how like benches open? Like a storage bench opposite the wall. You don't actually see it. You just smell it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll come with you.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
are you guys focused here? And he looks between all of you, and everyone's sort of just staring other places. Reza, what are you doing?
I've got how big is this cube? Is it like big enough for me to
Put up your pooper?
It's not like a Rubik's cube or anything, right?
It's like a
prison wallet.
No, it's like your prison wallet. It's like a D6. It's like a little larger than a D6.
Okay.
So it's a die sized.
You could palm it.
I take it.
Size
I
of a
say,
bowling ball.
I've got an
Just stick it up your
idea.
ass.
I've already got kind of an in with the captain. He wanted me to basically screw you guys over. I told him I wasn't going to do it, but if we can make enough, commotion in here, like an argument, I'll go pound on the door and tell him I've changed my mind. And he's more likely on the bridge anyway, so they might take me there.
All right. Now that's a plan. Perfect. So nav cube down. You make sure you plant that under the navigation, and we are on our way to the World Eater. Second issue, we got to make sure everybody attends the fight. You need to speak to the promoter, Dalador Bumblescump. He tends to walk around the ship. He's the one who announces all of the fights, but you really got to twist his arm. You got to sell this fight up. And which of you are going to fight? Only one.
I'll do it too.
Are you sure?
Is Harlan asked me that, or is Brandy Jack?
That was Brandy. Well, we're kind of one and the same. No, Brandy Jack is like, are you sure?
Charlemagne is looking a bit timid for his normal self, and yeah, he's not.
Because we're kind of stretched thin here. If Charlemagne is going to be the distraction, I'm going to plant the cube, and Miraz is going with you.
Maybe we can rely on old Charlie.
Charlie Rabbit, who's sort of leaning against the back bar, is like, well, if you really need me to do it, I can do it. But you just tell me what you want me to do. Do you want me to be the distraction? You want me to go with a fucking brandy jock? Or do you want me to talk to the promoter?
What is this promoter?
Dalador Bumblescump. Look, he's the guy who puts all of the fights in motion. He's the one who hypes everybody up to get on board, or on deck in this case. Like I said, the key to this plan is making sure that every person on the ship is standing in the back when we open the back doors.
So, out of character here, just I'm curious because I wasn't.
Whoa, Alex, that's you playing Charlemagne? God, guys, give it up. That's Oscar worthy. Jesus, I was wondering when you were going to join us.
Yes, it's me. So what's happening? Is this fight like a Fight Club type fight, or is this like I'm supposed to start fighting with a sword and
No,
killing-
so Captain Spaulding said there's only one space on his crew for one of you.
Okay.
But your robot convinced the captain that you are one entity. And while he will allow you on his crew as one entity, he's only going to allow one of you to fight because it would be an unfair fight. So one of you is essentially going to be the representative of your entity to fight. And Reza has volunteered that he will do that.
Ideally, in my mind, the way that I want to fill these positions is I would love to see Charlemagne convince a promoter to get everyone on the ship down to see whatever wacky thing's going to happen, because I think that would be really hilarious.
Yeah.
However, I could also see Charlemagne making a cool distraction. I don't know if I trust Charlie Rabbit to convince a space pirate promoter to get all hands on deck.
It's true.
But I do think Charlie Rabbit could make a distraction.
Put it this way. Of the things that you need to do to fulfill this plan, Brandy Jack is saying that someone needs to speak to the promoter, someone needs to plant the navigation beacon, someone needs to actually be in the fight, someone needs to join him to open the door controls, and someone needs to cause a distraction.
Wait, so there's five things now?
Correct, but Brandy Jack is a person too.
I'm so confused.
I
Well,
would suggest
some of them can have duplicate roles, meaning that if you're speaking to the promoter, you can also possibly cause a distraction.
Speaking of duplicates, why doesn't Miraz just...
Well, that's why I did 5, because there's multiple versions of you that can do things. I also thought it'd be fucking hilarious. She's like the one to convince the promoter. Just like looking at him.
I'm thinking that Charlemagne could probably distract as well as fight, you know, be such a distraction. Like, yeah.
Well, put it this way.
I kind of have something worked out in my mind.
Reza is definitely your fighter. However, I want to make or remind you that currently Reza's might is halved. When he turned down Captain Spaulding on the bridge, they injected him with something that halved his might.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's at 8 now for 24 hours.
So
I also have a might of 8 currently. That could go up to 11, but I would need healing.
look, whatever it is, doesn't matter, but we need to start acting. So, Navcube man, Reza, yeah, you're gonna plant that. You're gonna do the fighting. I mean, look, I hate to argue, but if he's the one going to the bridge, he has a reason to go there. If he's walking up there saying that he's reconsidered the captain's offer, and then promotes a different fighter, whoever, look, you guys handle it however you want.
I could put a bug in somebody's ear on the bridge, maybe. For a fighter.
Miraz pulls the glasses off of the bridge of her snoot and says, "Why don't I just do it? I'll fight. This'll be cool." Yeah, let me do it.
Just before I was obviously going to offer, but since you offer first, you do it. Perfect. And
I get kind of
a blush it off.
I get kind of a worried look on my face. I don't know if anybody sees it when Miraz volunteers to fight.
Are you like trying to hide it?
Yeah, I'm trying to hide it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's. I think right now everyone's sort of looking at Brandy Jack, or they're not too studying your face. But well, all right. Are you still going to go up on the deck and plant the nav cube then, Reza?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
All right.
I go over to the door and I start pounding on it.
Well, hold on. Whoever's going out there needs to find the promoter as well. I mean, look, what are you going to go to the captain for?
To tell him I reconsidered his offer.
All right. Well, then that's up to you to speak to the promoter. You got to find a guy named Dalador Bumplescump. No one else is going to be able to walk this ship unless they're the fighter or they have a reason to go to the captain. The fighter typically gets a little bit of luxury before the fight since they most often die. So, Miraz, yeah, they'll probably let you out once you volunteer.
And then the distraction is for what purpose?
Well, during the fight, I'm going to need a distraction so I can slink off and open the actual door controls. I'm also going to need someone with me to open the door controls because there's a Swede guarding the controls and he's a bit of an asshole and he doesn't like me.
A Swede?
Yeah, he's a Swede.
Oh, I have had lots of dealings with the Swede and removing their heads. So, you can count on me to be the distraction and maybe I slip out with you. Yeah?
Well, no, because the distraction is so I can slip out. If
Why
you
don't
come,
we have Charlie
Ah, but
Rabbit
of
and
course.
Bleep Blorp being the distraction together?
I think also the fightings that you do, Miraz, will be very distracting indeed, especially if you are duplicating. And all you're duplicating is very distracting, of course. No?
I mean, I think it's kind of normal, but that's fine. I understand.
all right. Well, we got a plan. Perfect. Okay, so wake me up when the
Reza.
fight's on, and Brainy Jack
Reza.
sits in the corner and lies down.
You do the cube. Mirac, you do the fight. Charlemagne, I do the fight, the distracting, and I go with the
the
Brandy Jack to help with the door. Because the door is very hard, is probably the most hardest thing of all that you are doing that we have to do here. So, you leave it with me, Charlemagne. I'm the best. It's okay.
And I just wanted to take just a second, Charlemagne, and say thank you so much for.
Oh, please,
For,
please, stop. Please. You're ruining my makeup. You're going to make me cry. Okay. Now, how shall we start? Maybe we all make some ruckus. In fact, I will start. And I start. Charlemagne starts walking kind of around the ship looking for people, and he's
We're in
going.
a cage.
You're in the brig.
Oh.
You know that, right?
Oh, right. We want to fight to be on the team. We want to be on the team. She's going to fight. She's going to beat everyone. She is the most brave, the most strong. You won't even know.
You hear
start
footsteps
talking to
down the
whoever is
hall,
talking.
and
Yo, just a second. But also, so here's one thing. Do you guys see that bench over there? Just real quick before anyone comes, can I just say that there's something that smells so good. I have the munchies for whatever is in that bench.
the door opens, and
if anyone has a
a
chance, please just get that.
bald pirate with 2 eye patches enters. Yar! Who be making all this noise? Is it one of ye prisoners?
And I walk up. going,
Who said that?
It's like me. It's Reza.
Oh,
Your captain. I need to speak with your captain.
yar! All right. Which cage are you in?
I'm not in any cage. I'm standing right next to you.
Yar! Welcome. What do you need to do?
I need to speak with your captain.
Yark. Do you know the way?
I'm sure I could find it.
Good luck, Yar. And what about he just like waves you out of the room. And who else is making noise? You're in the cages. And he feels
Yeah.
the cage.
We
I go up to him and I tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah, war.
One more thing. I'm looking for Bumble Scrump.
Bumble Scrump.
I'm
Oh.
looking for the fight promoter.
Yes. Third bridge, room 105, next to the mezzanine.
Thank you very much.
If you reach the casino, you've gone too far.
It's like past the jumpy castle room.
Yeah. Now, you prisoners, what else are you doing in here? So Reza, you were sort of led back to the room, I guess. Well, no, you would still be in the bridge. So he lets you out. So he's like unlocks the cage. Yeah. Is you getting out? He like feels you as you're walking out of the cage. Good. Now who else? And he goes to lock the cage again.
Do you want to speak, Marak?
No, you do it.
Oh, I think we've lost your volume there.
Who?
Joe.
No,
Oh.
she's still
You
talking.
do it.
You're just really far back.
She was just really quiet. Yeah.
Charlemagne pipes up. He says, yes. we wish to put a fighter in the fight in order to become a part of the crew, as per what your great leader said that we could do.
Yar.
So you should let us out of the cage and tell everybody that we are going to fight. We're going to start a fight. It would be like a riot in a prison.
Nar. The fighter, it has to... Look, you only need one fighter to fight for their chance on the bridge crew. I fought bravely, lost both me eyes.
Do you,
Wow.
you-
Yar, who's speaking? Yar!
do you have any kind of like hints or suggestions or any kind of
Yes.
clue?
Don't get stabbed in the eyes. It's really quite difficult to live afterwards, Yar. Yar, who's speaking? Yar.
Still, there's only the two of us in the room.
Right, Yar.
Now, also on that note, have you got any suggestions for how to keep everybody very distracted? I mean, very paying much attention to the fight that goes on. Maybe there is a loudspeaker that we
Yar,
can make
yar.
announcements over.
Yes. Yar. Habanera by Carmen is quite popular.
Pardon me.
What?
Habanera by Carmen.
I heard the same thing that you just said, and it still doesn't make any sense.
I know the song, but I
The
can't-
opera.
Ah, si, okay.
Yar.
Well, and so what
Da-
you're
da-
saying
da-
is that
da- da-
your pirate friends like that song?
Yar. Brings a tear to me, Pole.
the hole where your eyes were?
Yar.
A different hole, okay.
Yar.
Good to know. So, maybe you can lead us to the loudspeaker where we may play the Carmen for the...
Nar. Look, if one of yar is a fighter, I can let ye out to get ready for the fight. But the other one has to star here, Yar.
That would be me. I am going to be fighting.
Yar.
And he walks up and opens the gate again.
Yarmarnart.
And as Miraz leaves, I shadow right behind her and also leave.
Yeah, give me a speed roll.
That is gonna be...
It's gonna be difficult.
Let's see, speed. And if I have 0 edge and I haven't added an effort, it's just straight up, right?
You can, but you can lower it 1 effort if you'd like. You're gonna need 12
No.
or higher.
I got a 13, so that's perfect.
Wow. Yeah, you slip
Nice.
out without him noticing.
Har.
Can I
And then
want
shuts
to
the gate.
I want to open up that bench.
Yeah, he seems
Someone's got the munchies.
I need that whatever
he seems
custard
uninterested now that
drink
his
is.
he's let you out.
Yar, if you're the fighter, you prepare yourself and meet yourself up on our deck.
And he turns around and he leaves.
Oh, so we're just like free to go.
Well, the fighter, like, put it this way. What are you going to do
Yeah.
otherwise? You're on a ship. You can't go anywhere. There's like 30 plus pirates. You know, it's like if you do something stupid, you're just going to get stabbed because
Yeah,
no
totally.
one recognizes you.
Okay. I
And
crouch.
not everyone's blind.
Am I hidden? Can I steal?
Can you what?
I crouch. Am I
And-
hidden?
And does
Can I
that little
steal?
eye go?
That's what I'm looking for. I want to know if anyone's watching me.
Yeah, you go and you open the thing.
Yeah, the dresser.
Yeah, you see a rotten plastic container of blue cheese dip
Oh, it smells so good.
and 2 ciphers.
Gimme.
Yeah,
Nice.
and you devour the blue cheese dip. It's disgusting.
It's
And
kind of forms this like smelly ring around my.
ew,
Yeah.
smelly
Kinda
ring.
What is that smell? I am French, and that's even stinky to me.
That's good. Yeah, give me 2 rolls.
Nice. D20.
Give me whatever you want. I don't care, and we'll pick the ciphers.
That's an 8 of 20,
Okay, and
and an 11 of 20.
Dope. So you receive 2 weapons, or 2 objects, 2 ciphers, I should say.
Sorry, continue.
One is called Sweatband. When worn, it causes the user to sweat furiously. It is a submission by Zia. The first thing you get.
Okay, and
Hilarious.
And the other one is a submission by Bjorn. It is called The Cleaver. An incredibly sharp and wicked blade etched with the characters DC in the handle. Always hurts the wielder as well when swung at a person. Sorry, Bob, I thought you were going to be the one that was fighting. So
It always hurts the.
yeah,
wielder?
like in a minimally way. I'm going to say if
Right.
it does 3 damage, it'll do 1 damage. I will say minimum 1 damage every time.
So as I can only actually carry 3 ciphers, and this would put me over my limit, when I go through this dresser full of blue cheese and a cleaver and a sweatband.
Blue cheese dresser?
Blue cheese dressing, a cleaver, and a sweatband, which every prison has to have these items, we know.
Like, yeah, has to.
I look over my shoulder at my companion, and I root through my pockets, which are mostly just my flesh, and I pull out the baguette and I pass it back to Charlemagne.
You have a
and
lot
I
of prison
say,
pockets, don't you?
I do. It's
Thank
like
you.
my whole body. I'm kind of perforated.
And Charlemagne tucks the baguette into his also sweaty over, furs and up against his bare skin. It's
So,
just like this gross.
Just a reminder, Alex.
I just posted the
Oh, perfect.
description.
So, Reza, you've left this now about 5 minutes ago. You're down the hall walking. Are you heading straight to the bridge?
I'm gonna go try to find the promoter first.
Okay.
On the way to the,
Yeah, so you head out to the ship. You pass the mezzanine. You see a bunch of pirates sitting at a bar, like all glass finished. They're sort of drinking and talking. You pass the casino. You see pirates like there's a buffet that stretches on. Pirates are like changing out spring rolls and stuff. And beyond that, you pass a violinist and a bunch of pirates drinking. It's basically a cruise ship. And eventually you come to room 106, which I believe was the number I randomly picked.
sounds good to me.
You come to the right room.
It's the correct room.
The wrong room.
You come
We're
to
all
the
in
correct
here.
room.
The wrong
It
room.
literally says the correct room on it.
And like the neighboring doors are like, nope, not this one.
Yeah.
Not this one
No,
either.
not one more door. Gone too far. And
So
what do you do?
I knock on the door.
Yeah.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, it sort of listlessly swings open.
In a
I kinda-
creepy way.
Push it open and I look in and so I'm looking for the promoter.
Yeah, you enter and it's sort of a small single room with a bed and a writing desk. You take a few steps in and feel the as your feet stand on wet carpet. And you sort of turn past the...
Oh, yeah.
You turn around the
carpet.
the corner in the room, and you see this body just eviscerated. It's been carved up. Blood seeps into the bed it lays on. Its ribs are exposed. Its head
It
is...
wouldn't be an Harlan RPG if there weren't
If there weren't exposed ribs.
some level of gore.
And yeah, this man is clearly dead.
And I look at his exposed rib chest and I think for a split second that those ribs would make good shanks.
Yeah,
But
they would.
I put that out of my head
Crazy.
because I don't want to.
And then
I
your
don't
mind
wanna
suddenly goes to
desecrate
barbecue
him.
as well.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
Put
the
that
only,
out of your mind.
That's the only weapon I have right now is an old dwarf bone.
Oh, that's right. But it's old. That's the big difference. This one's fresh. In fact, the corpse looks like it died not that long ago.
And I take it that this is the promoter.
I mean, you can't be certain, but you feel pretty confident.
Oh no.
I'm going to search the body.
Sure. Yeah, you pour over the body's clothes and what's left of its limbs. It seems like it was an older man with graying hair, a little bit long. He seemed like he was a bad person, so you don't feel guilty rooting through his remains. Based on other than a gut feeling. Yeah, I mean, you don't find anything too telling in his belongings, unless there's anything specifically you're looking for.
Anything. I was just looking for anything useful.
Yeah, you find something useful. Give me a D20 roll.
Is it the promoter?
It'd be a 18.
Yeah, you find something very useful. What do you want to find?
The Bedouin stone.
Game over. Good game.
You won.
No.
Is there any armor or anything?
Yes. Yeah, you find a piece of armor. Something that you can like slide into your shirt. It's sort of just like a Batman-esque silver plate, you know, that Keaton sleeps in when Joker shows up to Vicky's place. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just heard this last part, and I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Shirt?
Yeah. You know, when the Joker shows up at Vicky Valance's and Keaton puts the metal like serving dish under his shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you find one of those.
It stops bullets.
Yeah, it's the exact one.
So I'll do that. I'll slide it into my shirt.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll give you an armor upgrade, so you can have a +1 to your armor. And that's about it.
Before I leave, I write a note that says "Do not disturb," and I misspell it, and letters are backwards.
It's written, and there's like blood on it. There's like handprints of blood.
and I look both ways as I'm exiting the room, and
Yeah,
close
and
the door.
as you
and
do,
I hang that on there.
a man is like on your heels, and he's like, "Ah, g'day," and he's trying to scooch past you to the door that you just left. So, excuse me.
And I put my hand out on his shoulder, and it's like he doesn't want to be disturbed.
Oh, is he resting?
Yeah, he's resting.
Oh, big fight coming up tonight. Good on
Yeah,
him.
he's dead
Good on
tired.
him. No, I think that's good. Did he ask you to write this sign?
He did.
Good on him.
And actually, it says "Donut Disturb."
That would be good old Dalador. Fucking stupid. Well, let's let him rest. What's your name?
I'm Reza, and I'm on my way to speak to the captain.
Oh, nice. I'm Mio. Nice to meet you. And he takes your hands with both hands and sort of shakes it. I'm actually the apprentice promoter. Next in line to take over when Dalador decides to step off, his life or the ship or the one. And I'm going to take over promoting whenever that eventually comes.
Well, I have a deal for you, because you have, at this very moment, one of the best, most fierce fighters in any realm of existence.
Is Blackheart here? And he looks around. Blackheart?
Now, Blackheart's a sissy compared to this fighter.
Well, okay.
Think Blackheart on steroids times 10.
Wow.
Cut to Miraz
That would be
just
death.
eating blue cheese.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you mean you. You don't look giant, but I like your chutzpah, as they say.
Oh, definitely not me.
Oh, good.
No, I would be no competition to anybody you put up as a fighter. But
I was going to
like
say,
I said,
you look,
in the brig, there's a fighter, and I'm glad you have her locked up right now. That's how terrifying and horrible of a fighter she is. Anything she fights, she destroys, turns to dust.
No way. What kind of dust? Really, really tiny dust, or like dusting off the TV dust?
Let me tell you. Let me put it like this: she eats thunder and craps lightning.
What do you do with the crap? How do you dispose of that?
Well, you can power stuff with it. So Totally up to you. Whatever you want to do with the crap is totally up to you.
She has shit that can run a locomotive. That's brilliant. All right. Now, look, why didn't you go to Dalador with us? Maybe we should wake him up. And he kind of tries to squeeze past you for a moment.
It's like, no. You are an apprentice. This is your chance. This is going to put you on top.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You're going to be the number one guy.
You know, I've
It's
been
gonna be
waiting.
you.
I've just been waiting for that Dalador bumble scum to, shove off, if you know what I mean. I feel bad saying it, but I feel like I'd be happy if he,
People will write songs about you if you make this fight happen.
Oh, no, that sucks. I hate music. But I get what you're going for. All right, I'll promote this. What's her name?
Miraz Akak.
No, that won't do. I need something a little flashier. Give me a flashier name.
Miraz, Destroyer of Worlds.
Yeah.
Eater
I
of
like
Souls.
Well, that's a bit... That's laborious to say, but I like it. All right.
How about the
all right.
Devastator?
Oh, I like that too. It's like that gun and Duke Nukem. All right, let's do that. Miraz Devastator Akak. I like it. You know what, sir? You got yourself a deal. And he shakes your hand again, clasping it with both hands. I'm going to promote the living shit out of this, and hopefully it'll be as filled with lightning as hers is. See you around.
By the way, if there's anybody that's gotten this far, it's an 18+ show.
Lightning shit. That's where we draw the line. Yeah, and Mio turns around and heads down the hall, skipping. Cutting back to Miraz. I mean, fuck. Should have made you do a roll.
Too late.
No, I just mean I was so lost in it. I was like, Dad, this is funny. This is fun that I forgot that I should have made you roll. Great job, Bob. That was really fun. Actually, I'm going to give an XP for all that. That was a really great interaction. Well done, Bob. And XP for you.
You guys see Colin's meme of Miraz as
Reza?
Bilbo Baggins?
Getting some ribs, looting the... Oh. Reza. That's rolling. That's good. XP for everybody right now, actually. Everyone gets one. You're doing great. Okay. You get XP because of how many times this fucking game got delayed. Reza heads off to the bridge. Cutting back to Miraz and Charlemagne, who have just been left alone by the clearly blind, the double eye-patched pirate. Miraz has just finished the blue cheese. Mm-hmm. And, you're standing outside the cages. Charlie Rabbit and Beep Borp are sort of still inside. I suppose we'll just fucking wait here until the fight happens then, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, relax, like take a load off, just kind of chill out. Can I get you anything?
Would have been nice to share some of that blue cheese. No, it's fine. Look, we'll keep company here. We'll keep this other one company. And he points to the cage next to them where Brandy Jack is. Doesn't seem we're going to be needed until the fight actually starts, and they're going to bring us out for the fight anyway. So you two do what you need to do, and
I mean,
we'll
I
meet you
think,
there.
Charlemagne, did you want to go take a look? Maybe we can find this, like, arena and then get hype?
Perfect. And then maybe we can, prepare the distraction.
Yeah, so we start walking.
Let's go.
We just choose one direction and start walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing like an Aaron Sorkin walk and talk. So I'm like, what do you even think you're gonna do for your distraction? Do you have a plan? Do you like need some help, or like what's your kind of?
I will tell you what I'm thinking, and then once we get there, we will see if my plan will actually work. I am imagining that there will be a large, major, heavy iron chandelier that I can cut down, and it will fall. And then I'm looking around, and everything's like super
Space age.
and I'm like, but something tells me that there will not be a chandelier that size to be able to drop from the ceiling.
No. I think you might be right. I think You gotta visualize what you need, and I think the universe will provide for you, Charlemagne.
I like your optimism.
It's like
Miraz.
what's that book? The Plankton Secret.
As you're walking, you hear a voice from behind you.
What's all this then?
And a man walks over. He's wearing sort of a tight shirt, too tight for him. The buttons are just being like pulled apart. He's very tall and he's got like a chin strap beard, very thin face, and he's wearing a hat that seems fuzzy and round on top. He walks over to you and he's holding a gun.
What are you doing?
And I put on my hand.
No.
Say no, and I turn to Miraz and I wink and I go, no, this is not the one to fight. You do not want to fight yet. Wait until we're in the ring. And I turn back to this person who's just approached us and I say, please don't provoke her. She'll tear your head off. She's a fighter, and she was not joking around. She'll eat your gun. She'll eat your laser bullets. I don't know even what lasers are. I just said it.
Oh!
Quick, go back and tell your friends and everybody on board that there is going to be a major fight.
Well, that's just terrifying, is that? You're the one that's fighting tonight?
She is. Don't provoke her.
Oh, she looked pretty tough. I don't know if she's as tough as Blackheart, but I suppose it'd be nice to see him actually have somebody that he doesn't kill within the first 2 seconds.
Yes, and in fact, I sure hope for Blackheart's sake that he is as bad as you say he is. And I turn back to, Miraz, and I go like this.
Takes one long stride, kind of like slides into the middle of the corridor between Charlemagne and this skinny-faced pirate, and she said, Blackheart, the name means nothing to me. In fact, the planet that I come from, Blackheart means you're a coward. Means that you're a child. And you know what we do with children on my planet? We eat them!
They eat the children. There's no children because they eat them all.
That's right.
Now, quick.
And maybe that
run.
seems a little bit weird because then how would the planet have
Yeah,
adults
yeah,
and stuff? But we age backwards. It's Benjamin Button shit. And so the kids are actually the most dangerous. But it means that we rip them apart. And so you tell everyone that I'm ready.
And also on her planet, black is almost like yellow on other planets, where there's a nice warm color.
That's
not
like a
the black that
confusing
you are
kind of
thinking of.
Color theories upside
The
down.
black on this side of her planet is like, is a very warm and very welcoming thing. And so Blackheart is really like saying a very warm and welcoming heart. And so that is what she will be thinking when she is fighting your Blackheart. Now, I think we can agree. No, don't fight. Please, not until the ring. Quick, run away. Tell your friends.
He's like looking back and he's like, and he leans over to you, Sean. He's like, God, she smells quite a lot like blue cheese. And he turns around and runs away, just like flailing.
Her blood is like this.
Blue cheese!
I want to try in this moment spontaneously to create a signature dance move.
Oh, okay. When he leaves or when he's there?
As he's leaving, I want to do like a clap spin
Ooh.
and like a kick.
Let's see it. Let's
It's
see the
like
proper signature dance move.
And then like a good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Like that. It's supposed to be intimidating, but it's like kind of.
Good thing you didn't see it.
Miraz isn't an intimidating creature, but that's what she's thinking. Like, oh, I'm gonna get really like in his head about it.
I think she was he was turned around, but Miraz is convinced that's an intimidating dance move.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing.
That's right.
Yeah, and he turns around, and as he like runs down the hall, you turn back to the direction you were walking, and you see the double doors of like the kitchen. You smell the smells of baking and the frying of frying and the onions of onioning, and the kitchen is in full swing for the feast after the fight. Of course, every fight needs a fight feast. Let's get back to our boy Reza, who is heading up towards the bridge, I presume.
Yeah, I find my way up to the bridge and enter in. First, I look and see how many people are there.
Yeah,
there's a way for me to escape if things go south.
There's about 3. There are 2 at the helm and 1 man with his back to you that seems interested in looking over some spreadsheets. You actually recognize this man, the back of him. This is Captain Spaulding's right-hand man who was carrying a book around named Ponce.
I go up back behind him. Excuse me, Ponce.
Oh, hello. Reza, have you reconsidered the captain's offer?
Yeah, I thought long and hard about it, and I think I will reconsider.
Splendid. I think it was the right call. Ultimately, the captain doesn't offer the type of deal he did for you to everybody. Only a select few have decided to partake, and it always works out for the best.
And I just kind of mosey around the bridge, and I'm asking, it's like, what is this over here? And just general questions.
That is the quantum Spengler. It is used to detect ghosts.
Do you have many problems with ghosts on this ship?
No. See, if you press this button, and if you hear a bing, there's typically a ghost. Bing! Oh, that's not good.
I can see where that might come in handy. It's like,
yes.
How do you steer this ship? It's a big, impressive ship. How do you drive it?
Well, I'm sure you grew up on the idea of pirate ships with big steering wheels and things like that. But everything here is now digitized. It is, after all, the computer age of the 1980s. Look at this, and he walks over to the front deck. This large window allows us to sail along, and this is how we control it. And he presses a button, and a giant wheel comes down from the ceiling. See? The wheel is hidden. And he sort of turns it a little bit.
Look for the navigation board or panel.
So, would you care to steer?
And really? You'll let me?
I mean,
I've always wanted to do this since I was a kid.
If you don't mind a little guidance.
Oh.
Guide away.
And he like puts a hand on your hand as you like steer the wheel. He's like blushing and turning away.
I'm hearing just the faint strains of Careless Whisper.
How does Careless
I was getting
Whisper
ready to
go?
sing that.
That's too active for this. This is more like
That's why it's a faint.
yeah.
the
This
faint
is more like Sarah Bareilles' Gravity.
Can you sing that for us?
Something always brings you back to me. No, anyway, and then he like shyly
Or like
turns away.
It says, "Bow, chicka, wow, wow."
And then he
Just going
turns away and he's like,
straight for
oh. And he walks over to the, well, over here is the navigation, of course, to show us where we're going in the strange. And on that wall is, of course, the self-destruct button. But don't press it. Will do. So, are you going to be at the fight later?
I am. I hope you will be at the fight also.
Oh, believe me, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Blackheart has 100-0. Killed quite a few. 100.
Well, time to end that streak tonight.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
And I go up to him and I put my hand on his shoulder and I get really close.
Yes.
And it's like, I think you heard me. My fighter is going to destroy Blackheart.
And he looks around. I wouldn't be entirely against that.
And I put my arm around him and go over to the navigation board. And we're standing there. And it's like, can you give me any pointers for my fighter? She doesn't need them, mind you. But it would be nice to know what we're up against here. And as I'm talking to him, I've palmed the cube, and I'm kind of leaning. I'm kind of kicked back on the navigation, and
nice.
I try to place it under.
Give me a speed roll. It won't be too bad. I'm going to lower it by difficulty because you are distracting him. So you'll need a 6 and higher, 6 or higher
On a 20?
on a d20. Yeah.
You should
13.
lean forward.
13?
Whisper in his ear, Bob.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you place it. You feel the metal click of the magnet under the cube, clicking right in.
I picture Reza being like, maybe you could teach my. Wow.
I mean, he knows what needs to be done, and you know what? Ponce sort of looks around, and you can kind of tell he wants to tell you something. But this is going to be tough. This is a betrayal of a lot. So this will be a separate roll. This will be an intellect roll, and it's going to be. Let's do demanding. I'm going to lower it to demanding because you're doing such a great job role playing, and I think this is really funny. So demanding, again, you can always lower it as much as you'd like if you have any ciphers that you want to utilize.
All my ciphers are destructive, so... Well, no, I've got
Slap
the
one on his
calculator.
face.
Just flashbang.
You got what?
I've got that calculator.
That's right. What does the calculator do again?
It's able to determine one useful statistical outcome before shorting out. This
Oh,
could be determining probability of success.
I will
Depending on the damage on the
absolutely
roll.
let you use that if you'd like.
And I kind of look at him like this, and I pull it out, and I just start typing the numbers.
Yeah, and you determine very quickly that if you shit. So there is a 100% chance that he will tell you something that is advantageous against this fighter if you sing his favorite song right now, just softly, just a few lines of it.
Like under
Okay,
Yeah.
under my breath.
Yeah.
like you're thinking, and you just.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up because I've got a song, but I don't know the lyrics.
Dude. We
We'll
can
wait.
wait.
Do you want me to come back to you?
No.
No, let's
Yeah,
keep.
come back to me.
No, let's stay in the moment. Just a song, you know. It doesn't have to be. Just a few lines of something.
Just a very good song.
Whatever song you sing is going to be this guy's favorite song.
Take a quick second to Google it. That's okay.
He's staring. He's like leaning against the nav, and he's like, "I suppose I could tell you if it felt right."
Reza's just looking at the calculator.
Yeah.
And then looking over
Still
the top
calculating
of
the
the calculator.
probability.
He's got
Okay.
his tongue stuck out the side of his mouth a little
Yeah.
bit.
And I get closer to him.
Yeah.
Kind of, his face is like right here, and I'm like whispering in his ear. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch.
Reza, that's quite enough. I searched the stars for a moment such as this. Yes, your fighter can win. Now listen. Blackheart has one weakness. His entire power lies within his helmet. If you can find a way to sneak into his quarters and remove his helmet or hide it from him, he will be vulnerable. I need to change. And he limps away. Great job, Bob. Another XP for that. Fucking hilarious. Fucking
Yeah, he like
hilarious.
limps away.
Yeah. No, you got. I wanna mimic it out, but he's leaning forward, running away. He's like,
Gotta go
No
check
reason. No reason.
yeah. I want to see Alex.
Right?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh man, so good. So yeah, great job, Bob. Cut back to
Lovely.
Miraz and Charlemagne.
Yeah, the door busts open into the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. We follow the delicious smell of food.
And there's a big, heavy-set French chef there.
What are you doing in my kitchen?
Oh, I see. There are a Frenchman as well. Someone appreciates the good stuff.
Oh, what are you? You are the Frenchman. I see you smell like blue cheese.
Ah. But of course, this is my friend. And I point over to Miraz. She is the one that smells like the blue cheese. And therefore, I am also one that smells like blue cheese. So you have to excuse me. But
What are you doing in my kitchen? I'm trying to prepare a fight feast with lots of themed dinner like meatballs and punch. And I've been racking my brain trying to find the perfect dish for tonight.
And he points to a large cork board. And rather than like ideas strewn about it, there's like yarn connecting different foods with themes of fights, like Muhammad Ali punch and things like that. He's like,
But I cannot alas find the perfect food. Captain Spaulding will be so upset he might even take my wife.
well, and I look over at Miraz and I say, what about some jello with a bit of crispy onion on top, eh?
How is that themed to the fight? No, this is a terrible idea. What about you?
and he points to you, Miraz.
The perfect fight food must not only be delicious, but it must represent the fight. It has to have the spirit of combat in it at every bite.
Miraz takes a couple of steps toward the chef, and then her head splits in two, and she starts forming a second creature. She's starting to sporulate just under the pressure, thinking about how difficult this fight is and how much of it is gonna just rely on her not fucking dying. And so it's like partly a stress response and partly she just wants to intimidate this chef. And she goes, I'm the fighter, and I'm gonna be the one in the ring, and I think that whatever you do, it should be a pairing. Maybe some kind of soup and sandwich. And then she jiggles her body. Maybe a cold gelée. And some kind of black sausage.
Hard.
That
You say
is-
sausage, but
That is
black
the
hard.
most inspired dish I have ever heard. Black sausage, blood sausage with jello, a pairing of soup and sandwich, blood sausage sandwich, and jello pudding. It is inspired. Yes,
Jello pudding
Strike
soup.
fear into the hearts.
it will strike deliciousness into the bellies. Yes.
Tell me now, chef, do you feed the combatants or just the audience?
Oh no, this is for the winner. It is the banquet. When Blackheart kills you, we will celebrate with a giant feast to commemorate the death of you and to eat,
Well,
because dinner still exists.
okay, counterpoint. Can I maybe... She's got like half of another body just kind of dangling off of her, kind of like losing her stride. Maybe counterpoint, if I could just offer this other alternative, since I helped you come up with the idea for the dish, for the feast, for the fight, maybe you could serve it in advance so that I would have an opportunity to taste it, because it sounds delicious, frankly.
This is an interesting idea.
It would just, before
The
I die.
fighter of ours. She's hungry. She's a hungry fighter. She's so hungry, her stomach is grumbling. But not only that, she's hungry to kill the black heart
I'm
of
thinking
your.
we could use like a food poisoning thing as part of a distraction. Is what I'm hoping.
Good idea. Good idea. You were
My instinct is to immediately shoot you down because I am, of course, French. But I do want to consider your offer for a moment because I am still human.
Why don't you give me an intellect roll?
I am human. You're French. I am French. You like to say no. I like to say no.
No, I don't.
Ooh, 16.
But of course not.
Very
do
well. I shall give you a piece of blood sausage. And he pulls down his pants. No, he pulls out a blood sausage and hands it to you. Here you go. Take this blood sausage and eat it before you fight, which should be in any whoop, whoop, whoop. Fight commences in 10 minutes. Good luck. And the Frenchman turns around and begins cooking the dinner. Reza, you are, I'm assuming, walking out of the bridge.
I am.
Where
Going
to?
Look for Blackheart.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the people are starting to congregate in the halls. They're moving down towards the landing bay, docking bay. What the hell's it called? Storage bay? Whatever. The bay.
The bay, the fighting bay.
And
I
as
feel
you're...
like, can I change your story a bit? We're on a cruise ship. There should be like a fighting. No, never mind. I like it. Fighting bay. Never mind.
Well, because it needs to be open to...
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was gonna say have a fighting rink, but then that's far too safe for accidents to happen.
No, this is where
Fighting
it happens. And as you're actually moving, you feel the pull of the ship, the nav cube doing its job. You actually feel sort of the engines kick on, and it's moving a little bit faster. Yeah, you're passing people in the hall. I mean, you don't really know where you're going. You're
Trying to stop people. It's like I'm looking for Blackheart. I've got some information for him. I need to find Blackheart before.
Yar? Aren't we all looking for Blackheart? Boy, he's dreamy. What do you need to talk to him about?
It's for his ears only.
Blackheart doesn't have ears. I'm suspicious of you immediately.
His hearing orifices.
Are you even a pirate? If you're a pirate, answer me this. What's the pirate code?
R.
Yar. I would have accepted we don't have a code, but Yar is also pretty convincing. All right. Blackheart is, of course, in his suite on floor Blackheart. Which is...
And how would I get to floor Blackheart?
Well, it's one floor above us. It's on the... It's look on the elevator, it says.
The elevator's got like floor 1, 2, mezzanine, pool, and then it's got Blackheart. It's the pool.
The Blackheart floor.
Yeah.
Gym.
So I get on the elevator and hit the Blackheart button.
Yeah.
Blackheart and conference rooms.
And the elevator actually opens to a suite. You see a couch, a bar. The curtains are all drawn. The purple void of the space outside is only sort of light reflections off of the drawn curtains. Place is tidy. The shag carpeting is a bright pink. The walls are a pale white. The lighting fixtures are all dimmed. You see a record skipping, but no sound playing. Just a... You can't see anyone. Thank you.
I call out, Mr. Blackheart.
You hear a low growl.
Where are you, Mr. Blackheart?
There doesn't seem to be any answer.
I start searching the room for...
You hear the growl
signs of
louder, and you begin to recognize that it's snoring. You walk over to the couch, and you see a massive, hulking figure of a beast lying on the couch. His entire torso is covered in scars that have caked over, callous like bubble gum. His straps of leather are across his chest in crisscross fashion. He's got a spiky belt and torn shorts like the Incredible Hulk, and his entire body is like almost pale white, save for his face, which you cannot see. It hides behind a helm with sort of a T to reveal his face.
I reach down and I grab the helmet and kind of jimmy it off his head.
Just like that? You're not going to try to be delicate?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be very delicate.
Give me a speed roll. This is going to be difficult. This is a very dangerous roll, Bob. I'm just going to give you a little bit of forewarning.
Oh no.
I mean, you're trying to
A
take...
speed roll?
Yeah, let me just... If I haven't contextualized the scene enough, let me just say this.
He's a very
This
big
is a
boy.
man who has killed
terrible.
100 people. His only weakness seems to be this helmet.
Let me just
He
take
knows
this
that.
helmet off of you.
And you're going to take it off of him while he's sleeping. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I am saying it might not be a great idea, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. In
Well,
fact,
now I've reconsidered.
No.
well, I just want to make sure that I have accurately portrayed the danger.
Do it, Bob.
Alex is making Jager beer.
Jesus.
So yeah, I'll
Called
try it.
Der Jager.
Okay,
I've
it
got
is
a
going
speed
to
of
be.
14.
That's what you rolled.
No, I've got a speed
Okay.
of 14.
Yeah.
So I can use any number or just one.
So you can lower it the amount of your edge, and right.
I forget how to
I
play this
forget.
game again.
Hold on. So you can use any assets, if you have any assets or skills or training or specializations. Remember, you can use XP to reroll. If you have effort, you can take it down one difficulty step. And you can spend 3 points from your stat pool for one effort. And your edge. Yeah, so do you have an edge at all in that category?
I've got in speed. You mean?
Yeah.
I've got 2 edge.
Perfect. So
Nice.
you can lower it 2 degrees if you'd like, and it will cost you 4 points.
Okay. And I've also got investigate. I don't know if this will help me. I'm trained in perception, cryptography, deceiving, and breaking into computers.
No, because none of those are particularly like stealth or sleight of hand. But you do lower it 2 degrees, so that brings it from a 15 to a 9 or higher.
Okay. And that's with my my edge, right?
Correct.
So I lower my speed from 14 to 10.
Correct.
Okay.
And now you only have to roll a 9 or higher.
Well, I've got a 10.
Oh! 'Cause
Wow.
Now,
Nice.
again, I mean, you succeed. I will say, though, you could use, you can always use XP to re-roll for future rolls, too, if you fail. But, yeah, well done. So, you reach your hands down and slide this helmet off of this
Reza,
man's face.
Reza,
In the
Reza.
dim moonlight, you can't quite
Yeah.
make out his face, but you see him stir, and instantly you turn around and head back to the elevator, pressing the button to descend. And as the elevator doors open to the mezzanine, you hear the alarm. The fight is beginning now. Please make your way to, what do we call it?
The shipping bay.
The shipping bay.
We
for
have
the
a room
fight.
for everything here except for the except for the fight that's announced.
No,
Only
I
the
just
ri-
forgot the name
There
of
are
it.
conference rooms and
No, we have conference rooms, pools, a casino.
Because they're
but no
not
fighting.
fighters.
have a
Yeah, and
shipping
everyone
bay.
begins moving
lovers.
towards the bay. Back in the brig, the blind pirate walks in, unlocks Charlie and Beep Borp and Brandy Jack, brings them all towards the bay, just so you know what's going on. And yeah, Reza, why don't we put you 3 together just for ease? I'm going to say Reza, the door opens up and you see Miraz and Charlemagne sort of hurriedly moving past you.
Ah, Reza.
cool
What are you
helmet,
doing
man.
here?
That's sick.
Yeah, this was Blackheart's helmet.
That
So now you may have a fighting chance.
I mean, I think I'm gonna do pretty good.
we really talked her up. She believes that she's really that dangerous. In fact, I think we should give her some sort of nickname. What do you say, Reza?
Sounds like a great idea.
You did give her a nickname, and as you're walking past, you hear people be like, "Yeah, I heard the Devastator's gonna take on Blackheart.
Ah!
Yeah, she's gonna take him on and die terribly. Yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Can't believe it." But it's definitely doing the job, and it seems like everybody in the ship is leaving. You even see Ponce skipping by, heading down towards the fight.
I'm gonna duck down a side hallway really quick and just use a couple of my things.
What are you gonna?
I'm pretty low on all of my pools.
Okay.
So I'm going to unwrap the rejuvenator syringe that I have carefully.
Yeah.
The crinkly paper. It looks like a tampon, sort of.
Yeah.
Single use.
No, it's like a crinkly. It's like a hard candy.
Yeah.
Look, they're twisted at the ends.
And I stab it right into my face, and it gives me 6 points to any stat pool.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna regain 6 points to my speed pool, which brings me up to 9.
It's funny. There's an adverse effect that the stabbing has, and like this sort of jovial face that you've carried suddenly sort of has this like black veiny spreading. Your eye kind of goes red, and it's like it's secondarily giving you this menacing look.
I take this sweatband that I have, one of my ciphers, and I put it on my clone's head.
Oh.
So my clone just starts like weeping sweat.
Yeah, it's just super sweaty.
And
then
meanwhile,
I'm-
Charlemagne follows Miraz back after a moment, and he approaches and he goes, "Oh my God! Whatever you did, you lightning! This is going to be brilliant! And let me help you." And now I place my hand on you because you need more healing.
Yeah.
So I place my hand on you, and I'm gonna do the healing touch, which is 1 intelligence point. So our intellect. So I'm gonna.
So
go
it's
down.
free because you have an edge. Remember?
3 points.
No. So it costs 1 intellect, but because you have an edge, it's free for you.
Oh, right. Excuse me.
He burps
Not
on you to heal you.
And then so you get 1d6 to any stat pool, which
Nice.
That's amazing. Probably my intellect pool.
Okay, then we're gonna go with 1.
That's
Aw,
okay.
good
But I
try,
could
though.
do it again for free, technically, right?
You could do it again, but it wouldn't be free.
Let's do it again.
I think that if you are around, you could probably, because your skills are like distance and kind of sneaky, like mine are. You can intervene.
I've already done it again for 1 point, and it's 4 points of,
All right, I'm back up
Nice.
to full now. Thank you very
and
much.
I've reduced my intellect down. To,
And then I pull Teddy's branch out from a pocket in my side, and I hold it in my 2 little hands reverentially, and I stroke it, and I say,
Oh, how's it going there, mate?
"Ooh, I need your help."
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
And I
Happy to help,
whack
always.
myself in the face with
Ah, please don't do that again. You just broke my baby.
I regain 10 points in 1 pool, so that brings me back up to 11 might.
Nice. You were really
And-
down.
Yeah, I was really down. And I'm going to gain the ability to defecate fresh apples for 1d4 hours.
Damn
I'm just gonna
straight.
Pull that right now because
With lightning.
this is the important part.
Like
4
shit,
hours.
lightning apples.
I can shit apples
you
for
said
4
shit with
hours.
lightning.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
apple.
I'm gonna do that.
And my armor increases by 3 for the same number of hours. So right now I have an armor of 4, which is the thing that's actually going to save my life.
Nice. This was all important. Otherwise,
right.
you definitely would have died.
Yep.
And
So
you're
good
10
job.
years older.
So I think.
And you're 10 years
and
older.
I'm 10 years older.
So you sprout another clone.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Cool.
So I duck back out from this hallway,
Looking
trailing
completely
Charlemagne,
different.
looking like I'm totally fucked up.
Yeah. Cool. And at this point, everyone's sort of left the aisles and the swinging double doors to the fight arena are sort of just beyond you. And you begin to hear the chant, the thrum of energy from the room beyond. Yeah. Brandy Jack in like handcuffs opens the door from the fight arena, and he's like, and he shows you, he's like, come here. And he waves you over, and you guys are standing just on the inside of the door. A pirate's like, where are you going? Brandy Jack's like, just 1 second. All right. Can someone help me with these?
But of course, I will do that, and maybe not. I don't know. Yes, I'll use Shatter,
Ooh.
which is another 2 intellect. which is I have an edge of 2. So does that mean it's free?
Correct. Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna do shatter. Which, do you want me to read that again?
Sure.
How that works? Ah, damn it! I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Okay, then never mind. Let's just assume it works.
No.
I don't care that much. It sounds like it'll work, so let's let it work. Unless you know what it does.
Well, let's play. It's 2 intellect points. You interrupt the fundamental force of normal hold. Blah blah blah. It must be a small one.
You interrupt the fundamental force
Object
holding normal.
explodes. Object explodes. So that's really what it does.
So you interrupt the fundamental force holding normal matter together for a moment, creating the detonation of an object you choose within long range. The object must be small, mundane, composed of homogeneous matter. The object explodes in the immediate radius, attacking all creatures and objects for 1 point of damage. Because it's an area effect, adding effort to increase will increase the damage. Wow! That works.
Can I do it
perfectly?
If I'm successful, can just a bunch of pirates go? Ow, ow.
Well, I'm assuming you want to do this away from it since you're exploding the handcuffs.
Yeah, I do. I
Brandy
don't
Jack
actually
would
want it
take
to.
damage.
But
though, right?
can I just say that is brilliant use.
Give him XP.
And
Give him XP.
yeah, XP, Alex. Well done.
Oh,
You get
thanks.
XP. It's funny. I just, and in traditional role playing fashion, I just throw these problems at you guys, and that was a absolute perfect solution. So perfect that I would probably have. It seems like I would have known that, but I didn't. So yeah, You use 2 intellect points. They just pop. Brandy Jack gets hit with a little bit of damage, but who gives a shit? He's like, you could have warned me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't see the times. I'm used to beheading. Sorry.
All right. So, did you plant the nav cube?
The nav cube has been planted.
Amazing. That means we should be in position. I don't feel the ship is moving, but I did feel it before. All right. And you ready for your fight? He looks towards you, Miraz.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this thing.
All right. Now remember, we need a distraction. And then me and somebody else, Charlemagne, was it? Or Reza?
Yes. It is me.
You're going to do the distraction, or you're going to come with me?
I will do the distraction.
All right,
And Reza can go with you.
Perfect. Charlemagne, wait a little bit into the fight. Not too long, because your friend's not going to last very long. You are going to cause a distraction that allow me and Reza to slip out. Reza, we're going to have to come back down this hall pretty quickly, and we're going to have to take the Swede that's guarding the controls to the back door out of the situation. Then, hopefully, the World Eater is in, tow, and everybody's going to have to run.
So
Now,
I
will we
look.
see the start of this fight?
What's that, Bob?
Will we see the start of this fight
Sure.
before we
yeah.
have to go and? Okay.
Yeah, if you'd like to. Why?
And that's when.
Why do you want to know if you see the start of the fight?
Because I have an introduction for Miraz.
Oh,
Perfect.
perfect. Are you
Well,
going to do
let
that?
me just do this.
I'll work it in.
Charlemagne looks around for his distraction idea, and he does not see a big iron chandelier. But
No,
what
we
he
haven't entered
does
the room
do-
yet.
Oh, we haven't.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna give you exactly what you want.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, no. Can you make it futuristic?
No.
Can I tell you what I would love?
Fine. Just tell me.
If sorry, if it's like a jumbotron, like that's at like in the skating arenas,
Yeah.
right? But
Okay.
it's just tied up with a rope. Like it's the same thing.
Sure.
But
So-
futuristic, but still tied up with a rope.
Brandy Jack nods towards each of you, and you enter the arena. The thrum of the crowd, all stomping their feet as you see the large back landing bay is filled with all of the pirates of the ship. Every pirate of the ship. You see Captain Spaulding sitting high up on a chair overlooking the fight. You see a number of small pirates off in the corner awaiting to enter Blackheart. And you see Mio sort of enter into the ring as he sees you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Mio. I know you're normally looking for Dumbledore, but I can't find him right now. Dalador Bumblescump. I don't know where he is right now, but when we find him, we will bring him back. Needless to say, I have a fight of the ages. And he sort of locks eyes with Reza for a moment. Reza, I'm assuming you're like kind of nodding, being like, I got... Okay, so he's like, all right, well, let me introduce my fighter first. And then the opponent will introduce themselves. He was born in the pit of a star. And the pirates are like, yeah. His whole family died of extreme fire. They just burned.
Extreme fire.
He used his mother as a shield against said fire. There was a lot of fire in this guy's life. Some call him monster. Some call him mad. We call him Eric. Blackheart. Eric Blackheart. And the crowd goes wild. And Eric bursts out of the double doors. There's like strobe lights. Boom, can't be beat. He's like walking to the song. And he's got a bag over his head. Very self-conscious about his appearance. And he enters the arena, which is not really cordoned by anything other than just surrounding pirates.
Do you smell that blue cheese?
And Mio takes the mic and says, and for the competitor, I introduce her announcer, Reza. And he pushes the mic towards you, and the pirates are like, boo.
There's like feedback.
Yeah.
I step to the center of the ring, kind of tap on the mic.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's like good people. What's the ship's name again?
The Osiris. Says Ponce,
Good
who's
people
like
of the
right next to
Osiris.
you.
And I'm looking around, and it's like, you are all equally blessed today, for I have the pride, nay, the privilege of introducing you to a fighter. A fighter sired by fighters. A fighter who can trace her lineage clear back past Charlemagne. And I look at Charlemagne and kind of give him a thumbs up.
And the pirates are like, yar.
I first met her atop a mountain near Mons, praying to a god, asking forgiveness for the Sacrian blood spilled by her sword. Next, she amazed me still further in Nystak, when she saved a fatherless beauty from the would-be ravishing of her dreadful uncle. In Fornax, she spent a year in silence just to better understand the sound of a whisper. And so, without further gilding to Lily, and with no more ado, I give to you the seeker of serenity, the protector of Tramborian virginity, the enforcer of our Lord Nextor, the one, the only, Miraz Akak.
Yar! And the pirates go wild. XP, Bob. Great job.
Excellent.
That was from something though, wasn't it? There's no way you wrote that in that time.
One of my favorite movies, The Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah, Paul Bettany. Great reference. Yeah, the crowd goes wild.
Miraz.
And yeah.
She fucking moonwalks and does her new signature dance move, maybe tarnishing that introduction just a little bit into the ring.
Show us that dance move again.
It's a clap, spin, kick. Oh,
There goes her sound system.
I knew if I asked her enough, she would knock something over.
XP.
Yeah, and you definitely
so
XP for that. And Miraz does kick. He kicks Mio in the face. He's like, oh, and he like falls over. But the crowd fucking loves it.
And Charlemagne's standing back there, screaming at the top of his lungs, though you can't really hear over the crowd. She's gonna kill him!
Yar. And Captain Spaulding stands up from on top of the boxes in the back. He's like, let the fight begone! And ding ding! And immediately you see the lumbering figure of Blackheart begin to walk toward you, Miraz. And he takes a dive for you. Give me a speed roll.
Absolutely. All right. I'm so on the speed.
It's going to be difficult.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna lower the difficulty by 1.
Okay.
So that means I have to take 3 points off.
Correct. Unless you have an edge.
I do not have an edge for speed.
Yep. So 3 points.
Here I go. That's a natural 1.
Oh, he goes to grab you, and he does. He tears you from your separate head. He's like,
no.
and there's now 2 pieces of you. However, your clone slips right from his hand. It's covered in sweat. It's like whoop, 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 whoop. It's like one of those shrinky dinks, those like things, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Sea
and
cucumber looking.
exactly.
Hot dog.
And it slides right out of his hand, and he's still holding you with his other hand. What do you want to do?
Dang. I'm gonna pull out my bone shank.
Yeah.
My dwarven cannibal bone shank.
Yeah.
And stab him in the face.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Okay. Here
So
we go.
you're pretty far away for his face. We're gonna call it difficult.
You said he was holding me, right?
Yeah, this guy's big.
So his like arms are.
You can do
holding,
it.
but
It's just
his
gonna be
face is
difficult.
far
You have to
away.
like
No, I
you have
rolled
to
a 10.
reach. A 10? No. So you need a 12. Difficult's 12. So you go to try to stab, but he's just sort of like holding you up. The crowd is like going wild, but also sort of nervous. And on his turn, he squeezes you. Why don't you give me a speed roll? He's basically got his hand on you. It's going to be intimidating. So an 18 or higher.
Don't
I
worry
kind
about
of
it.
picture the squeeze being like one of those squeezy things, and your eyes like bulge out.
Yes, if he succeeds.
8.
Yeah, so he squeezes you, and you take 3 points of might damage. Just
No, I don't. Because I have armor.
so then you well, sure. If like it's squeezing would sort of, if anything, armor would be a negative. But I agree with the mechanic. So yes, never mind. You don't take that.
But I am still being
Exactly.
squeezed.
Not only that, he recognizes that you're wearing armor, so he's like, "I'll squeeze harder or do something else."
Your armor like connects in the corners and just holds tight.
Yeah, that's cool. You try to. It's your turn now. Again, do you get to use something? Your clone can help you.
Yeah. So my clone can help me in combat. If
So
I
this
want.
is a circumstance where, because your clone was ripped from you, I'm going to allow her to be utilized if you'd like.
Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna use her to help me make an attack. She doesn't get to attack on her own.
Okay. So it just aids you. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my exception.
Okay.
I'm going to jolt this dude with a confluence of fundamental forces
Nice.
for some damage. So I'm going to try to hit him, and I'm going to decrease the difficulty because my clone is helping me.
Brilliant. So it's a challenging. It's a difficult. So it'll be demanding. So 9 or higher.
Yeah, okay. Come on. That's a 15.
Nice. So yes, you channel those forces. Tell me what happens. You do some damage to him.
Yeah. I think it just feels like the skin underneath where he's holding just gets super charged, super heated, and it electrifies through his hands. He takes 4 points of damage, and then he's not native to this recursion, right? Because we're in the strange.
Yeah. Well, you're not in recursion technically.
I'll
Everything.
read it to you, and you tell me what
Everything's
happens.
neat.
Yeah.
Nothing's
yeah.
native.
Either nothing's native or everything's native. I
It
guess.
says, if the target you select is not native to the recursion where you attack it, its senses are overwhelmed. On a successful attack, in addition to taking 4 points of damage, it cannot act on its next turn, and then it won't be affected by this property again for many hours.
Yeah. Let's let it happen. I think.
Cool.
Yeah. I think the logic applies both ways. So yeah, he is affected. I'm gonna say he drops you. He opens his hand. He's like, and like holds his hand, heads to his hand. Reza and Charlemagne. So you watching this?
About to say.
Yeah. So you're watching this fight, and you look to Brandy Jack, and he sort of holds up a finger, like one more round. Like he's just waiting for everyone to get really drawn into the fight, and there's still a few people that are just getting settled.
And so Charlemagne kind of nudges Reza with his elbow. And he said, and Charlemagne kind of nods over to Brandon Jack. And then Charlemagne slinks back into the crowd. And he
Okay.
heads for the wall where there's like this big heavy rope holding this like huge Megatron thing. It's just tied with like a bow
It's like a tiny
on the
strap.
wall.
Yeah.
You know, so I just like kind of stand there coolly beside the bow, waiting for the moment, for just the right moment.
Perfect. Reza, do you want to do anything in this time?
I'm kind of standing in front of him, shielding him from any prying eyes.
Amazing. And
I do turn around to him and say, "Hey, I got this sweet helmet, though."
yeah.
And it's like under my jacket.
Did you put the helmet on?
What's that?
Are you just keeping the helmet hidden for now, right?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
You should toss it to Mraz.
So as it's my turn now.
Yes. No, you shocked him. Oh, but he misses a turn. So yes, it's your turn.
So I'm gonna take that opportunity to like that. You know, he's preoccupied with being shocked and confused.
Yeah, he's like stunned.
This has never happened to him before. Miraz is not a fighter. She's a professor / surfer / microbe.
Botanist. Yeah.
So she's not really used to dealing massive amounts of damage. She's gonna climb this man
Yeah.
and take the bag off of his head.
Okay.
That's my action. And I'm going to use my clone as like
Help.
she's going to help me like get up there.
Dope. Yeah. Give me a roll. It'll be a 6 or lower.
11.
Or 6 or higher, just say. Yeah, you do it. Whereas you climb up this man who's like trying to like grab you, but you know, he's discombobulated and confused. And you pull this head off and a gasp comes over the pirates. And what you see underneath is just like a baby head. Like not even a baby face, but like a baby head. Like Henry Liam level of like toddler. Yeah, like and he starts crying. And everyone for a moment is frozen. Brandy Jack nods to you, Charlemagne.
And that's when I pull the little bow loose. And the whole thing is like it's like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
10,000 pounds or something.
It just smashes against the floor, and Brandy Jack is running with Reza towards the back door. Everyone is discombobulated for a moment. Reza and Brandy Jack are heading towards the corridor. You burst in, and Brandy Jack's like, "All right, there's a Swede guarding the controls. You deal with him."
Someone just Lucas.
Yeah, that's it.
He's gonna get MVP.
MVP done.
Lucas is MVP.
The little baby.
Fuck. That is so.
Reza, you're standing in this room and you see a robot. It's standing there in typical robot fashion. It's got like a bubble dome head and 2 arms, and it's like, "Hello, what would you like to do?"
This is for when we view it in the future. This is what the baby face looks like. He's like, ow.
I asked the robot, it's like, "What?" He startled me.
Yeah, and he's like, "You're in the control room for the back door. What can I help you with?" And Brandy Jack's like, "Deal with it. We can't open the door unless you shut down the suite." And he's watching the entrance to make sure no one's following you.
I asked the robots, like, how would we open up the bay doors there?
You'd throw the switch on the wall over there, but I can't let you do that. And his arm like goes up and like blocks it.
So Charlemagne comes running in after Reza because all I did was pull a string and there's nothing else.
Sure.
Okay, did you get the door open?
How are you doing? Welcome to the back room. I'm just talking to your friend here. He wants to pull this switch, but she can't do. What can I help you with?
You know what? This is ridiculous. Why are we worrying about the switch? Let me go back out and use the baguette. And I pull
you
the
what?
baguette out.
Yeah.
I pull out the baguette
Okay.
from and I run out and I just like start hitting the door.
The back door,
With the
the
baguette.
bay door?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the baguette.
Have you thought this through?
I think so.
Okay. So you run.
Because
So you run to the back door. It's a huge bay door.
Right.
And you take your baguette and you smash it on the door.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah. The door falls apart, and you are now the closest thing to this world eater that is staring down the back of this ship. You are looking into the face of death. It is the size of a small moon. You see this huge sarlacc pit-esque mouth. It is a void, and thousands of tentacles immediately shoot in, and one wraps around you. Give me a speed roll.
And Charlemagne immediately says, I did not think this through.
Yeah.
Speed roll is I'm gonna apply an effort to this. So
Yeah,
I've got
yeah, I would.
one effort,
Okay.
which does what? Does that
So it
change
will
the-
lower it one difficulty.
So I rolled an 11.
Yeah, no. So you are immediately wrapped around this tentacle, and you're being pulled out into the void of space towards this world eater. Meanwhile, chaos erupts. Miraz, you are on top of this babyface schoon. You see tentacles shoot past you at pirates. They are being plucked. Screams are happening. Captain Spaulding is standing up on top. He's yelling. He pulls out a pistol. He starts shooting. And immediately he is wrapped by a tentacle and pulled into the void of space. Miraz, chaos is happening right now. And as you're sitting on top of this goon, you see a tentacle wrap around his waist, and he gets pulled down as you fall off and tumble onto the floor of the ship. What do you do?
Oh, I want to try to hold on.
Okay, yeah, you're
Hold
holding on
to
to him.
him
Sure.
as the tentacle draws him out the door. So I'm like on my way toward where Charlemagne is, but not being grappled by this.
Okay, yeah, you are. He's like clambering along the floor, and you're being dragged, but you have, I guess, the freedom to disengage.
I'm like holding onto
Yes,
his back,
yeah.
and I'm like kicking at his hands as he's trying to hold onto the floor.
Amazing. Yeah. Reza, you are inside this Swedish robot room. Brainy Jack is looking through the door, and he's like, the back door is open. The World Eater's here. Let's just stay here. And he just waits inside. What do you do?
So I see everybody getting pulled out into.
Yeah, he tells you. Like, you look out, you see all the pirates being pulled out. You see Miraz being dragged out the back. You see, I mean, you kind of assumed, I guess, that Charlemagne was doing something zany. Pikachu face.
Is there like any big cranes or anything to move cargo around in this room? That I may
Sure,
be
yeah.
able to
There's
drop
like
on tentacle and cut it?
there's like a Ridley-esque from Aliens.
Good one.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Sure, you run into that. You're going to be doing speed rolls, obviously, because tentacles are whipping everywhere. So you give me a speed roll while that's happening.
Okay.
Charlemagne, you're being pulled closest to this monster. What are you doing?
Charlemagne starts yelling, No, it is terrible. I'm French. I don't want to be eaten by the world eater. I'm person, not a world. You don't
Do
want
you
to
have
eat me.
any ciphers?
No.
You should. I'm pretty sure you have the cleaver, an incredibly sharp and
No,
wicked
I
blade.
do.
No.
You have that? Who had the sweatband then?
I do.
Oh, you
She
took
had
both.
both. She picked them up.
Oh, and
I
she
gave
gave you the bread.
baguette.
Okay. So let's play this
But
in.
no, I got this.
That's
I
fine.
got this.
I just thought I thought you had that. That's all.
Toss me the cleaver. I
So-
really have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll be back.
We'll focus on the other two.
So as
Hold that thought.
Well, I'll go on Reza for a second because yours is more attuned to him right now. Reza, you enter into this walker and begin across the floor. Sorry, what was your speed roll result?
18.
Yes, yeah, you're totally fine. You're moving across the floor. Where are you heading?
I see Miraz. She's not grappled, so
Correct.
I'm headed for Charlemagne.
Perfect. Yeah, the ship. You kind of like head to the edge of the thing in that big AT fucking whatever it's called, cargo lifter.
forklift.
But it's also
exosuit.
very lumbered and kind of like slaps around you, and the tentacles actually grab it and start pulling it out into space. Remember, you still have your helmet.
I'll
He probably
put the
doesn't
helmet
do
on.
anything.
That's the time to do it. Bob, go get your helmet. Yes. Bob, the minute you put this helmet on your head, two things happen. First off, when activated, this helmet allows the wearer to breathe in any medium, including water, poisonous atmosphere, or even the airless void for 1 hour, which is where you are right now. But most importantly, the back of this helm slides down your spine and hugs either side of your vertebrae. And from it grow a exosuit-like form that sprouts backwards to form a jetpack on your back like Boba Fett. And immediately you burst out of the exosuit that you are in with the ability to fly.
So I fly as fast as I can towards Charlemagne.
So you are coming up on Charlemagne. You see that Miraz is actually closer. Miraz, what do you do?
Well, I also wanted to grab the chain that the what is it called? Remember Charlemagne released like the
Jumbotron?
the Jumbotron.
Yeah, the rope. Yeah, you got
so
rope. Yeah,
I wanted to like grab the rope.
You got
on
it.
my way out the door, so I'm still like tethered into the inside of the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like riding Blackheart, who is being pulled into the mouth of a world eater while I'm also holding this rope. And as he's like being dragged out of the ship's door, I want to try and make a grab for Charlemagne.
Do it. Give me a speed roll.
All right.
Demanding.
3.
No. So you, with your expert level of surfing, you kind of push off of Blackheart. He's giving you all the speed he can. And you surf along Strange. You grab Charlemagne from the tentacle just as I'm assuming Charlemagne is cutting his way through that tentacle. We're just kind of hand waving this. And as you grab him, you realize that you've caught too much momentum. You're barreling forward towards the World Eater. You've saved your friends, but you can't turn out of this tailspin when, like a streak of Boba Fett lightning, Reza zooms towards the two of you, grabs you by the nape of your neck, and pulls you back with all his power towards the open back of the ship.
Oh, thank you for grabbing me, but that really hurts. I'm not Captain. and now all we have to do is get the Bedouin stone. We're halfway there.
The three of you fly into the back of the ship just as the last pirate gets pulled out. The emergency airlock button is slammed as the sliding doors on the inside shut, and everything sort of drops. The energy dead, the silence deafening, and Brandy Jack steps out and says, "See? Easy as pie." And we're going to end there for tonight.
Good game.
Wonderful
I love that helmet.
job, guys. Yes, well, here's the thing with the helmet. The helmet, the jetpack function was a one use. Everything else is still activated for the rest of ever, but the jetpack was one.
It's just not fuel efficient.
It's
is
not
the
fuel
problem.
efficient. Yeah.
It just burns through the whole tank in like
But
40 seconds.
it is, when activated, the helmet allows the wearer to breathe any medium, including water, poisonous atmosphere, or even the airless void for 1 hour. That is the helmet. It is an artifact. It is useful by you forevermore. Well done, Bob. That is yours.
Way to go, guys.
Guys,
This
I
has
have
been
4
fun.
XP. I'm going to level.
Yeah,
excited about
anyone
it.
can level.
Right.
We can start off next game with it if you'd like, but we have gone a little bit over. I know Joe works in
Yeah.
an hour,
I
so
have
we
to
have to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are so glad we finally got to do this game. It was a total blast. Thank you. And as my good friend Bob always likes to say,
See you around the table.
see you around the table, guys. Good night.
Good night.
It's not close.